Today, the state Senate voted to allow bars to reopen, overriding Governor Cooper's Phase 2 state order. News 13's Taylor Young explains what this means for bar owners and why senators are pushing for it.
The bill would allow them to open up at 50% capacity, serving customers outside, similar to how restaurants are operating now. And those who voted for it say it's a way to put thousands of North Carolinians back to work.
We're still not open for selling anything, so there's no money being generated.
Asheville Guitar Bar is one of thousands of venues shut down by the governor's state order.
And we survived by it being full in there, and obviously if it can't be full, then shutting it down was not a good thing for us.
Thursday, North Carolina lawmakers voted to change that.
The main reason is for restaurants, to give them the opportunity to expand their businesses outdoors, and for bars to give them, if they can follow the same rules that have been set up for restaurants, to get them the opportunity to get back to work.
Senator Terry Van Dyne voted in favor of the bill, saying it balances the need to reopen the economy while keeping the health and safety of North Carolinians in mind.
We have concerns about this legislation. We think it has the potential to harm public health.
Governor Roy Cooper says he's concerned reopening the state too soon could cause a spike in cases, overwhelming hospitals. He says the bill would also prevent local governments from enforcing stricter orders if deemed necessary.
Now, I know that it is a tough time for business, and I believe that there will be a time when we can open bars, but that time is not now.
Asheville's Guitar Bar continuing to make adjustments in order to keep customers safe, making for an easier transition once they can sell alcohol again.
We're trying to make the back deck a little more accessible so people can social distance and still be back here.
It looks much different than even a week ago here along Main Street.
It's nice to be able to come out.
It's fine as long as people are covered and staying away from everybody.
Some choose to wear masks, others don't. The same goes for social distancing.
I've seen a lot of people out casually walking around.
After reports Sheriff Lowell Griffin wouldn't enforce it, he's clarifying his stance.
I'm not opposed to anybody wearing a mask. What I do think is there's been a systematic failure.
Griffin says he's proud of the way people here have handled the virus, but he can't say the same for what's happened at the state level.
I was really aggravated that when you look at it, that basically a blanket was shed over a state as large as North Carolina without really any input from local leaders,
putting small business owners in a tough position. At last check, Henderson County had 326 lab-confirmed cases of COVID-19. The death count at 46, one of the largest in the state.
There's a whole lot that we have to look at before we just go on the number of cases, and especially as our testing expands.
The sheriff believes it would have been best for individuals and municipalities to weigh in on decisions as it relates to the local economy.
Anybody that's looking at passing these rules, especially when you're looking at completely stepping on somebody's livelihood, that they need to consider that, and they need to welcome that input.
Mitchell County's Department of Social Services say they have an urgent need for foster parents. They say the coronavirus is complicating their efforts to find more families. News 13's Caitlin Pinter spoke with a county adoption worker as well as a newly recruited family. They say the lack of families is pushing kids to homes across the state.
We only have 9 licensed foster homes in Mitchell County, and that's just not enough.
9 homes for a county with 54 foster kids. Mitchell County adoption licensing worker Donna Davis says they need families, and because of the coronavirus, finding them is that much harder.
It's not like it's stopped completely, but just being able to go out to people's homes and see them and people feeling comfortable with that is hard right now.
Davis says kids are now being taken to foster homes hundreds of miles away.
Of those 53 children, 74% are placed outside Mitchell County. So that's a pretty big number.
Of that 74%, 25% are taken to counties nowhere near Mitchell County, some as far away as Charlotte.
Our kids know how to, climb trees and play in the creeks and stuff like that. Going to a big city, like being placed in Charlotte or something, is like culture shock for our kids.
Definitely do it, because there is a shortage of families right now.
Randall and Kelly Chapman are 2 of Mitchell County's newest foster parents and are now getting their final certifications like CPR, With 3 kids of their own, they feel ready to take on more.
We need more homes. We need more people stepping up, trying to help their communities.
Davis says the requirements aren't as tough as you may think.
You can be single, you can be in a relationship, you have to be 21. You have to be financially stable. You have to be willing to do the background checks.
She says at a time like this, kids need normalcy more than ever and need to be in their home county.
Children that come into foster care, it's traumatic anyway, being separated from their families. And then, everything else they lose on top of that.